short.
No, it's you're like. I mean, I can't be like, oh, I know what you're saying, because I mean, I personally, I hate acting. Like I've done it for school projects. Oh
it's
my!
So fun.
Like I try. Like here's the thing, I try, and I think that's what makes it worse. I look at them, I'm like, I'm very critical, so I'm like,
oh yeah, you have to let go.
I'm like,
it's yeah.
Why, dog?
Especially live performances. Oh, buddy,
Oh,
you
no.
gotta let go in front of a bunch of people live on the spot.
I mean, if you need me to do 2-step, I'll do that, but I don't make me speak.
It's hard. It's really hard, but it's fun. I mean, I guess for some people it's probably not fun, but it's I don't know. Maybe we're too full of ourselves. The people that actually find it fun.
Well, I think maybe. Well, now that you kind of mentioned, like you mentioned ego a little earlier, how are you ever afraid, or I don't know, maybe you're not, but are you ever afraid of, like, let's say you do get a big role, right? You do get that shot, and then say you do well, and you know it does great things for your career. Do you ever feel that fear, possibly, maybe that ego does get to your head, or do you already have like a mindset of like, okay, if I ever do feel that happening, I know how to humble myself or remember how I started? Or
I think it's one of the. I try to think of it as almost like a drug addiction.
Mm-hmm. So
I like to like, you know, be proud of myself of that. I don't have like an addictive personality that I've had my college days, and I was very good. I was very responsible, and like I never went off the deep end with anything. But I do consider the fact that, you know, because so many people it has gone to their head that, you know, some people are not, you know, they thought that they were strong and it happened to them.
Yeah.
So I think about the possibility of that actually happening, and it does scare me, but I try to believe that I'm stronger than what I think. So I hope that if that day ever was to come, that I could reel myself back in and be like, all right, Shantelle, relax. And thankfully, I mean, I have a huge family that would definitely knock me down a few fucking notches if I was to ever.
Comes in handy.
Yeah, if I was to ever, they'll definitely knock me down notches, and then I would just have to just reevaluate myself. So I have a lot of close people that would definitely, you know, be like, all right, Shantelle, you're getting a little out of hand. Then I'll be like, really? And then I would have to like reassess myself, which luckily, thankfully, I've gained a kind of an experience or skill to do was within acting. You kind of have to reassess yourself constantly, or good actors should reassess themselves constantly. So I hope that it doesn't happen. If it does, I think I'd be pretty good at reeling myself back in. Not saying that it will never happen, but it could. It's a possibility. But I think I'll be pretty good in taking it back. Like, it'll probably happen. Like, it'll probably happen for like a month, where I'm just like,
nothing wrong. Like, you know, I feel pretty good.
The shirt's off shoulder, like like it's gonna happen. It's like it's inevitable. For you to say never is just ridiculous.
The idea of reeling yourself back, that's the.
I think I'd be pretty good at it. I think I'd be like pretty strong enough to do it, if it hasn't gone too far. But I think even if it goes too far, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll have you to reel me back in. So yeah, if I ever was to get there, I got you. You could be like, you were in Outlaws.
Be like,
remember
look,
that time?
I have the episode to prove it. I have the footage.
Remember? And I'll be like, okay, fine, okay, yeah, that was me. Remember it, little Shantelle. She was very, very nice and humble. No,
I think, especially like, I mean, I think it happens everywhere in every area of the workforce. Whether you're grilling at McDonald's or working in the movie industry, but I think especially when it comes to actors, like I feel like, or even just anybody, I think they do reach a moment where like, wow, like, you know, this is cool. It's just there's several examples we can look throughout history of cinema, but it's like, it's that reeling back and remembering that a lot of them either don't have the experience of doing or just don't know how to do it, and there's just. And then you see these sad cases of like child stars.
Oh no, like, that's a little. That's hard though. Like being a child star.
No,
like, you're getting them at the point that they're supposed to develop on it to be their own person, and they can't
play outside working 18-hour days.
Like,
in the set,
no, that's so bad. I wouldn't. Child stars, I give them a get out of jail free pass because they they had a rough childhood. They don't really have a childhood. They had a movie industry childhood, which no child should have. But then again, we wouldn't have really great shows by now. But so we kind of needed them. But no, I give them a free pass. It's just I feel bad for them, but not into pity. But no, definitely. Like I think I don't ever want to go that far and stay that far and then be able to reel myself in. I want to constantly be able to reel myself in. So if I go far for like a month, that's fine. If I go far for like freaking 5-6 years and I'm just like burning bridges out here, I don't want to do that. I want to be constantly like reeling myself back in. It's going to be hard to do that constantly. And with all the busier you get, the more alone you get, it gets harder. But I probably would have to figure out new ways to dramatically like bring my ass back and be like, all right, Shantelle, get your ass back here. Like, take a freaking month vacation and chill out. But I would definitely make it my job to not get consistently far. Hopefully. But that's like later on. I don't have to worry about that right now. Like, I'm an unknown right now. I'm just like literally swimming in the shallow ends right now. Like not even in the water. I'm in the sand. I'm in the sand looking out like... Gotta get there. I see the water. It's far right now, but I'm having fun with it.
And cool. No, that's cool to hear that. It's like it's just fascinating because, I mean, like you see stories, but to actually like know somebody who's like right in the beginning, it's like okay, I'm right here. Don't forget. Hey man, I got. But it's cool though. But I guess with that, like you said, you're starting really fresh. You're right in the beginning of it all. Do you like obviously like I'm pretty okay obviously you watch movies and stuff, but now that you're I guess really trying to dive into this, do you watch whether it's a cheap throwaway movie just to watch for fun, or whether it's like like one of those like artsy fartsy movies? Do you watch now? I still
love to watch movies that are stupid as hell. Like they'll be like, this isn't even a good movie, and I'm like, what? But it's like mine, like what do they call it? They're like I forget what they're called.
Guilty pleasure?
No. They're like it's like you don't have to concentrate in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Like it keeps your mind busy. Like I forgot what they call those kind of movies.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, those kind of movies. I don't mind doing like I love those every once in a while. I do love good movies too. I kind of probably would like to say I like stupid movies more.
It's
good movies. I feel like it's a homework for me. It's instead of it being like enjoying it, which I enjoy, like seeing it's invigorating to see other actors use their talent. It's amazing, and sometimes I'm just like wow. But at the same time, I'm always constantly looking at how good they act and how they could have gotten there and what emotion they could be like portraying, or like what they could be doing and their techniques and stuff like that. Like and what's funny is I don't know anything about techniques. I don't know the Meisner or anything like that. Like I have a couple books that I've like I read a book. So I'm getting to know these names, but I know there's technique in it. I know there's different technique in it. I know all of them have their own technique for it. So I look and I try to see beyond their eyes. I try to see. So it's constant like just studying. So I do like those, brain fart movies. Yeah. They're just like, I forgot what they're called.
Yeah, well, I guess you pretty much answered my question now, because I was thinking like, now that you're acting, do you even, whether it's like the throwaway movie or like the artsy fartsy movie, do you now see it from a different perspective?
Yeah,
like you see yourself like critiquing or
never see it the same. I'm like constantly looking at how every character is acting. So like I always put myself in their shoes and how they could have gotten to that emotion, or how they've maybe improvised it, or like what their background story is. It's consistent, which I guess it keeps your mind stimulated, but it's definitely never the same. Like I always tell my best friends, I'm like, now I can't even like just let my mind roam if it's like a regular show, because I'm like I try to imagine if I'm a character in the show.
You're like, how would I F it?
Man. Okay, let's see how you did there, but how you do that? And I'm like, okay. So which is it? I mean, I guess it's fun, honestly. What kind of job you get to study by watching movies? I constantly have my mom tell me, like, if you have nothing to do, watch a movie. And I'm like, that's like the best thing to be told. But at the same time, it's like, I don't want you to force me. Like, I want to watch a movie. I want to watch a movie. Don't tell me. She was like, well, you should be studying. And I'm like, all right, relax. Like, not even in school did I study when I needed to study. I'll study when I need to. No, yeah. So I definitely watch movies and shows. It will be really lucky if I don't have to. Cartoon movies I probably don't have to focus on because they're cartoons. Yeah. So those are like fun. Like, oh, okay. I could relax. I don't have to study them. But I do study how they would make them.
No, yeah.
like animated, like that was hard work. Like how they did that, like CGI or like there's not CGI. It would probably be like a different system on a computer. I'm just like, interesting. I see how they have 4 fingers, 5. So I'm just like, constantly figuring out how they make any of these.
And it's interesting how you said too, like, I mean, you watch and like you're studying, but how you said like you don't know everything, like, you know, different things, like especially from my perspective, like, I mean, it'd be cool maybe to one day get into that directing position, but as of now, I just want to like figuring out like certain shots, certain cuts.
You should be like a PA or like what's it called? Still learning the terminology.
I think that's
for a production assistant.
Yeah,
production assistant, and then there's another one starts with like a D. I'm so like,
I was like, no, I'm on the same boat. I'm learning too.
Be like, how could you call yourself an actor? Like I don't know these words or this terminology.
A lot of that stuff, like especially like PA and all, I learn from like movies or shows. Like what's that show called? Entourage.
Oh,
like I learned that like PA, it's production assistant, you know, directing this and that, agents. I'm like, it's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
But I totally feel like, because me too, I'm slowly figuring out, like, luckily now, like, well, I feel like obviously acting is different because it's more immersive where you really got to put yourself. I know.
Yeah, but if like you direct though, like you kind of guide
the
actor and the image that you want to see for the movie that you think.
True.
So you essentially like that acting class in Syracuse, the only acting class I really had. Acting class in Syracuse, there was a couple like people that wanted to be directors. Like they didn't want to be actors, but they took the class in order to see how actors think and how they could like maybe, you know, help them, guide them through that. So like I met one of those what was it? Connor Bang. I don't know if you know of him. He was in film. If he ever sees us.
Shout out to Connor Bang.
Connor. Yeah, he was in the class and he hated acting, but he participated in it just to see how actors think.
Like mindset kind of.
Yeah, so he can be able to like easily, you know, manipulate actors, not manipulate, but like easily to control them and know where they're coming from. So
just essentially work with them.
It's a better way to work with them, because if you're a director, you don't know shit, you're coming out of your ass, and you're just like, I want you to do this, and you're like, you don't understand how they can come to that point. You're just like, you're just telling you're beating a dead horse. Your movie's not gonna come out good. Yeah. Like, you need to know at least how they work so that you know how to work them. So as I just eventually would like to be in like a director or a writer, and that'd be pretty great actually. I don't think it stops at acting for me. If that ever, you know, flies off, I don't think it stops there. But you could definitely do like PA. I've heard of a lot of people learning so much behind the scenes by just doing it.
Yeah, just being there too.
They get far, and they'll just end up being a director. They're like, what?
Man, that's because obviously smaller projects like in high school, like I would be the director, and it'd be such a headache. But it'd be like a cool headache because I'm like, okay, something is gonna come out of this chaos. Like, he didn't say the line right. Maybe we can do something with it. I don't know.
It's constant, like making your mind work creatively, which is very fun, and I would strive to do until the day I die. Like, do something at least where it works my mind creatively.
Man, it's just so fascinating. Like, it's cool. Like, okay, cool. Like somebody who I can speak to, whether it's in different realms of the same thing. Yeah. But it's like they intertwine in certain areas.
Everything intertwines. It's crazy. I think of so many things. There's like, by the time if I ever, you know, get really, really far, I make my own projects. I'd be like, there's so many people that could help. Like, there's so many people that can add their talent into it, and it can make this completely magical. Like, I've met a dancer out here. I've met another fellow actress. You want to be in film, and like everybody has something that they can bring to the table. It's just requiring them to work as a team, and then like being in charge of it. That kind of sucks, and it's really stressful. But then at the end, it could really make something really beautiful and inspiring. So it's just like the possibility of that should drive anybody.
Yeah, that reminds me of there's a Netflix show. I don't know if you've heard or seen it. It's called Love.
I've heard of it. I haven't gotten around to it.
Recommend it. Really great. But there's I don't know if it's a third season where one of the main characters is working on a project, and then he has like one of his friends who's a PA, but he also likes to act, so he grabs him. He has another friend who likes to act. He has friends who are like, they're good with like making stuff. He has a guy who's a stunt man.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's like, and again, like
intriguing
you said,
me. I might start that.
Yeah, so it's like they all just come together and they do this project. So obviously it's in the show, but it's cool. Like you said, like, yeah, you know somebody here and there that maybe one day eventually, hey, can you do me this one favor? Or I got you. That. So.
It's fun, and it only gets better as each one of them progresses in their field. So like,
yeah,
it only gets better. Like the projects that you come up with or your results come out to be so much better than your last, just because each person is getting better at what they specifically want to do. I mean, I did a student film in like February in Oswego. They drove me up there, and it was so fun. I stayed there for 3 days just because they're studying this, and they like, I don't know shit about it, and then they're like teaching me, or like I'm like, oh yeah, what's that? And then like I've learned what grip was, and like freaking the tape you use to put the filter on the light, and I'm just like, what's like all this comes. He was like, yeah, now we need to get the right light. Then the Dutch effect is that when you move the camera, I didn't know that. And then I learned like the 180 rule, that in filming you can't like surpass 180 within characters because it's like the angles. And I was like, what? I'm learning all this shit, and they're just they said the only person that was allowed to do that was Stanley Kubrick, and I was like, what? I was like, who's that? He was like the one that filmed The Shining. It was like he did it in The Shining, and I was just like, but why not do it? It was like confuses the audience, and I was just like, really? And then I found out, I'm like, I think I know why it would confuse the audience, because back then, before movies and film and technology, there was stage plays. No one ever saw the other side of the play. Yeah. So someone probably came up with like, in order for us to make a movie, you have to make it look like a stage. But on film, we can't ever show the other person the other side of the film. I think essentially you should be able to break the 180 rule, but to not confuse audience.
Me dropping knowledge. I'm learning it too. Yeah, I'm like, oh,
I didn't know that.
Write that down.
The 180 rule. I was just like, what? I was like, I didn't even know about it. So now I look for it sometimes.
Oh, so
like
now,
movies,
okay.
I'm like,
okay.
Oh wow, they really didn't break it. They broke it in also that army movie. What's that movie with the drill sergeant?
Old movie?
Metal Jacket.
Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket, yes.
Yeah.
They did in Full Metal Jacket with the drill sergeant. He was like, and he had to, but I think because he had to, just to like, you could see the other actor. He like bent the actor on his knees, the drill sergeant. And R.I.P. drill sergeant died. But he like bent it, and they had to go around him. And I was just like, I tried to think, I'm like, but that didn't confuse me. So why not break the 180 rule constantly? But I was just like, all right, I guess. It's like an old taboo that you can't do, but it's like, okay, if you kind of do it, like it's not.
It's breaking the glass ceilings.
Yeah, I know. Like I think you can. It's just like one of those old film industry rules that if you do, they'll probably be like, you got to fix your movie. And I'd be like, what?
It's 2018.
Like, yeah, like, what do you mean? And they'll probably be like, no, you didn't follow the rules. You got to follow the 180 rule. Only some people are allowed to do it.
Well, speaking of projects that you mentioned, is there anything that you're currently, whether it's auditioning for, anything you're working on, anything you worked on in the past? I know you worked on another film before a while back.
Yeah.
That you can or speak about it, because I know some people are like, oh, I can't. You know.
No. Yeah, I did that independent film. Unfortunately, because of some dramatic actress, we couldn't put it on Netflix. Or we couldn't even send it out to Netflix because she got really dramatic. But
it's the industry.
I know. What's funny is that she wasn't even really an actor. Like she just did it because she looked like the character that we needed. Gotcha. So she wasn't really that good, but she became really hard to deal with and demanded a lot of things. And the only thing we could even like get out of it was to show it on AMC and 42nd Street for a day. Which I took. I was like, you know what? I worked on it for 10 months. Yeah. I'll take being in a movie theater.
Was it a 10-month shoot?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ridiculous. Just because it had like a couple actors, and we all had to be according to each other's schedule.
Got it.
I mean, granted, I wasn't in every scene, so you didn't need me every time. But whenever you needed some people couldn't do that, and it was really hard work, and especially some people didn't take it really seriously. So it was so hard. So it took 10 months. Finally finished it. It started like in May, finished it in February, and then we're like, yes, it's done. Like,
wow.
Let's start promoting this. Let's start, like, and that's when the whole drama came. When the movie was finished, and I was like, you know what? I'll just take the red carpet premiere. Like, if it doesn't get to Netflix, that's fine. Like, this was my first movie experience ever, and the fact that I could have it in 42nd Street, I'm okay with that. Like, it's okay. Like, as long as I got it and I get my reels or like my scenes, I'm completely okay with it. I'm a little sad that I can't even have it as a DVD to like show to my friends and family, the people that couldn't make it. I'm really upset about that. I'm still like, maybe someday in the future, because I know it's saved somewhere. Maybe I'll get it into a DVD. But just because the contract legality, drama, actress, they don't want to give it out to anybody. So I'm really upset. I've had a couple people on Facebook that was like, where can we see it? And I'm like, I wish. You know how bad I'd be promoting this right now?
Pirated.
Just like, like we recorded like a couple scenes in the movie theater, but we couldn't do much. So it's that. And I wish I was really working on a project here, but not really having a steady job doesn't allow me to do that. Like,
gotcha,
if I had, then I'd be helping a lot of student films like for free. Like, just to get shit under my belt and just learning and creating projects. Like, I enjoy that. I would be doing that, but to go to and from, that's like, that costs money. So I'd rather, focus. My first step is really getting a steady job before I can really dive in 100% into said industry. Even though, yes, every day I'm on Actors Access, Backstage, casting networks, central casting. I'm on all those, and it's like, I'm my own agent, so I have to constantly check on those websites to apply for auditions, which gets a little too much. So I did try to look for an agent as of recent. So that's also like a little ongoing project right now, trying to look for an agent that would take me, even though there's some people that won't, because I'm non-union. So that's right. A whole nother.
Was it the SAG card or something?
Yeah, that's a whole nother hurdle in itself. Which I've gotten a lot of people that was like, before you go to LA, if you're trying to do acting, get SAG, like get your SAG card.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, fuck. But I was like, if I do that, like, I'm never gonna leave. I was like, I might as well just like push myself out there and just like sink or swim, like if I can do it. Which a lot of people said, but a lot of people said over here, take your time getting your SAG. Like, you're enjoying non-union. You could do SAG and non-union works. So at least you could do that. And SAG, you only strictly can do SAG. But I think there's more opportunity with SAG. That's why. So it's just, and you also got to pay that $3,000 fucking fee. Of joining, and then $200 every year for dues. So not ready to pay $3,000 just yet. So that can kind of, wait. But I would like to get an agent as a non-union, because that would definitely help with every day, because I'm managing and agenting myself, so it's it's kind of freaking tiring.
Process, I'm
like, I have a momager. My mom sometimes likes to act like my manager. Like, she's like, oh, I'm gonna get you followers. That's all right. And so she'll like go out in family events. She was like, so my daughter's acting as all you may know. And I'm like, what are you doing? And then she'll be like, yeah, so she needs followers. And I'm like, you need to stop. Like, she was like, I'm getting you. You told me I'm getting you. I was like, all right, but chill out. Like, we can do this subtle. Like, we don't have
step at a time.
Relax. She was like, well, I got to do something. And I'm like, all right. Like, it's really good to have that support system. It's funny. Like, a lot of people would probably find that as a joke. It's just hilarious. So many people are like, I wish my mom supported me like that. And I'm like, I mean, I don't want to shove it in your face. Like, I don't tell her to do these things. I know I'm lucky to have it, but I was like, it's her. Yeah. That's my mom. But no, yeah, I definitely don't have any real projects, unfortunately. If you want to make a movie.
No, I was like, oh, I never know.
I'm down.
Oh, man, I had another.
But I like making good movies.
No, yeah, there we go. That's what I was going to ask. Again, obviously, you're starting. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know if your mentality is kind of like taking what you can get. But as you, prolong and you keep working in this, in the future, is there like an ideal role like you want to take? Like
superhero.
Okay.
Fucking superhero. What? I know I've made it as acting when I've gotten a superhero role. When I've booked a superhero role, like a legit superhero role. Like, I would be really ecstatic if it was a feature film and it was just about a random superhero that they made up. Yeah. That's cool too. But if I ever get into...
But you want that comic book...
If I ever get into a DC Marvel movie...
With its history,
I'm done. I'm like, yo, this is my prime, guys. Like, I'm set. No more roles and anything else. Like, no, I'm just kidding. I definitely would like to be well-rounded, but that definitely be the highlight of my acting career. A superhero, I would do all my stunts. I definitely do all my stunts. I'd study the crap out of it to do any of that, and it's just, it would be so surreal. It'd be like a freaking dream come true to be a superhero. I mean, there needs to be Dominican superheroes out there. Anyways,
it's funny that you mentioned that because I saw a tweet and I told my friend about how there's like no Latin American or Hispanic. Like somebody made a joke how like we have Nacho Libre.
Oh my god!
But it's like,
that's not even a superhero.
Like we really don't. Like I think the closest that I've seen is probably like
Domino.
Yeah. I'm trying to. Yeah, that's it. I would say.
And Mike even told me, he was like, from Outlaws.
Oh yeah.
He was just like, yeah, you should dress up as Domino for Halloween. I was like,
that'd be pretty cool.
That's funny. We don't have the same curly hair though. Good try.
Yeah, and then, or if anything, they're usually in supporting roles. Like in Ant-Man, the Ant-Man movie, what's his name? Michael Pena. The guy who's always like, yeah, you know, man.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But then, like, that's it. It's like,
there needs to be a superhero. I know, that'd be freaking great. If there was like a set superhero and there was Spanish. Well, Latin. That would be phenomenal. That would definitely be a huge stepping stone. If I ever got to do that, oh my god. I would be.
You heard it here first. Heard it here first on Couch Potatoes. We would come back to this.
I'd freaking cry. I'd be like, oh my god. Like, not alone did I get a superhero role, but I'm the first to have an iconic lead national Spanish. Oh my god. I just don't. You're getting my hopes up. I try to tell myself, don't set yourself for a disappointment. It's just like, that might not happen. It's just keep doing you, keep going to stunts, and like try to keep athletic, you know. So I do go to the gym, so like try to keep athletic, and they can see that I definitely offer my own stunts for that feature film that I kind of got, you know, shortlisted for. I was like, I'll be the stunt double. Like, I won't be lead, but I'll fucking be the stunt double. I'm trying to drive that car. I just want to do stunts. I'm a hands-on kind of person. I definitely strive to be the Jackie Chan of
that's a great example or role model to strive for.
He's amazing. Like, my brother loves Jackie Chan. He grew up with all like VHS tapes of his movies,
Kung Fu. Those classic.
And so I don't know all of them, but I grew up beside him, so I like, oh my god, Jackie Chan, he's so cool. And then like find out he did all his stunts. I'm like, he's amazing for that. I like appreciated that, and I would definitely love to be the Latina of Jackie Chan. Latinas. Like, that would be great. I'm like, yes.
So would you consider? Well, I guess in that case, you probably would consider. Well, maybe like you've seen John Wick, right?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen John Wick.
This is where the podcast ends. You haven't seen John? Oh, okay. Well, recommend John Wick. Atomic Blonde.
I have seen Atomic Blonde.
Okay.
I was very fascinated by her. So I saw like the behind the scenes of her practicing doing it. I was in awe. Like, I was like a little kid with hard eyes.
So would you consider like an Atomic Blonde John Wick? Like,
oh yeah, like of course, like, sign me up. Like, that's what
imagine Mission Impossible type of.
Oh my god! Even though I really don't like Tom Cruise, but like, yeah, I don't like him as an actor. Something about him, just I don't. That probably come back.
He's a little
back to me back in the future. Like, let me not say that.
I saw you say something about.
I respect that he does his own stunts, but it's just I don't know. Maybe it's the way he acts just doesn't rub me the right way.
It's a little weird.
But it's like you can't take it all heart to heart. There's some people, you know, that you don't like the way they act. There's some that you do that is just like, oh.
Yeah, Tom Cruise, don't take it to the heart.
Yeah, so it's nothing about that. Like, if it ever comes to bite me in the ass. But no, I respect. I hear that he does all his stunts, so I give a props where it's due. And if he can do all the stunts, and I saw most recent in Mission Impossible with a motorcycle stunt that he hits.
Oh yeah,
that was actually like not good. Like, that wasn't even like thought out correctly.
He also messed up his foot or ankle or leg. Yeah, because he was jumping from a building and then wham, hit it.
And I thought about, I was like, as a girl, you're like, oh, they don't want you to get hurt, and they don't want you to. No, I want to be the Jackie Chan of Latinas. Like, record me getting on a freaking stretcher and be like, yeah, I did this for you guys. And then come back the next day, like, I'm ready, let's go. Throw me off the building.
It's
like, I'm down. I mean, granted, I would love to take classes to fall better.
Yeah.
I think I'm pretty good at falling, but to fall better, yes, I'm definitely down. But I'm no baby back bitch. Let's throw me off. Throw me off of it. Let's do parkour. Let's do it. I'm down. It's a whole new notch under your belt that you could do. So I definitely would love to do that.
And it gives you the extra like advantage of these other guys.
And it's
kids.
fun.
Yeah.
Fun as hell. Like I would not want to be an actor where I'm just like, oh, get me my stunt double. Like, no, I'll do my own
sit
stunt.
down. I got this one right here.
And then I'm like, you sure I'm a professional? Yeah, no, I'll learn. I got it. I'll learn. You could take your paycheck, go home. Like,
oh man, it's so cool. Like to see that you're really just ready for it. Like you're.
No, yeah, definitely. And I get it. Like some directors probably know, but we want it to look good. I'm like, so then pay for my classes.
Yeah.
Pay for my classes, and I'll make it look.
It's in my contract. Read it.
Like I don't do stunt doubles. I do my own stunts. So either pay for my classes or you're not having me. So you want the actress? You gotta pay for my classes. Nah, definitely do it.
Well, I guess to round it off, obviously, so.
Round it up.
Round it up. Wow, thank you for that. Round it up. You know, we talked about the industry a little bit. So. To sum it up, like, what do you look forward to, you know, whether it's, you know, living here in LA or acting or possibly doing other things as well? Like, what, like, I guess that, and in addition, like, where do you see yourself in, like, the classic, you know, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years, whatever? Or
I never ask myself those questions.
we'll make it more general. Where do you see yourself farther off in the future? Or where would you like to see yourself? There you go.
So hard because it's like I feel like it changes every single time. When you say 1 year you're like I'd like to see myself here, and then the year later you're like this is not where I expected.
It switched over.
And so it's just like it constantly changes. But
I guess as sitting right now in this seat, right?
Yeah, I'm just like I have to think of a whole new one. I think I would have to say, well, coming here, I try to tell myself not to expect much. I try to remind myself that what you want to do is meet new people, and basically it almost is kind of surreal. I constantly tell myself that while I'm here, I look back and I think about how my life was in New York City for that year and a half that I was living, you know, with my best friend and like working, and I was just like I love and I miss those days. But I'm just like, it almost feels like it was another dimension. Like it was another Shantelle that was going through that. Even though I have the memories, it feels like a different me. So I'm like, I come here and I'm like, soon enough, this is going to feel like a different dimension when I'm somewhere else. And I'm just like, so I'm like, okay, what can I do while I'm here so that I can enjoy it? And I was just like, I guess just meeting people and not really expecting much from them. Like, I've heard within the industry or I've experienced or can see it that a lot of people hang out with people only solely from what they can get out of them. And I don't want to fall into that. I strive to be like, you know, you hang out with me because you like to hang out with me, because you vibe with me, not because, you know, I can get you far, you can get me far, you can use me and I can use you. Like, I don't want to get to that point. Yes, I get it, networking and it's business, and you know what, in order to get far, you need to use each other. But in the end, while being here, I hope that I don't get to that point, and that I meet new people and that they become long friends and they teach me something and I teach them something, and it becomes a whole nother dimension added to my life. And I guess I see myself, I still want to see myself as traveling the world, those 45 countries planned for a year, within the next 2 years, hopefully. I still want to see myself as that. But I also keep it open because in case this acting thing kicks off, this I can't just like make it wait. It's like, hey, what if I get a role in a feature film and like I have to travel and like I'm shooting for a month or two, then like everything gets pushed back again. So I guess I see myself right now with every circumstance going on at this very moment, because nothing has changed or gone far in the acting just yet. I still see myself after my lease ends in June in LA, because I signed a 1-year lease when I plan to only be here for 6 months. At June, I'd be done with LA and I'd start my backpacking journey.
Oh, snap.
And traveling. Okay. So, I mean, that's what I would see. I'm not saving for that right now, so maybe that might not happen. But I'd like to assume that I would still push myself to do that, how broke I am or not. If I have like a couple $100 or just in my pocket, then I'll just go and figure it out on the way. But I'd like to push myself, because if I keep waiting until I have enough, I'll never have enough. So I think I see myself just here until next June, and then traveling the world for another year, and then after that, I didn't think that far. I didn't think that far ahead.
That's pretty cool. Like I
don't feel like when people are like, oh, I have my 5-year, 10-year plan. I feel like that's so.
I used to
depressing.
Yeah, but now I'm like, I just
it's so depressing, because then you disappoint yourself if you don't do exactly what you said you were gonna do in those 5 years. Like you created this timeline, and you're like, I see myself, and I get it. Give yourself a goal so you achieve it. But I feel like that's too far of a goal for you to set. Like, you should set small ones, and then small ones will end up becoming big ones. But to set one big one, or like have it so it gradually becomes big, I feel like it's too depressing. I'd rather just keep it as small ones. So I have like little small goals for this year, and if it doesn't happen, it's okay. It's okay.
It's okay.
Because you don't want to stress yourself. It's just, stress will kill you faster.
I even think back to like when kids start going to college. Like, I mean, okay, I'm still kid, I guess.
We're
whatever.
all kids inside.
But yeah, when people ask like, oh, what do you see yourself in 5 years? It's like, I'm barely seeing myself do good in this semester. Like, what?
How about next week?
Next week. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna keep these classes and
like you told me when I was available. I was like, I'm literally taking it by week. Like, I'm not even maybe less than a week. Like every 3 days, I'm taking it. Like, it just, plans will come. I have no idea what next week is gonna look like. I just know that I work on Friday and Saturday. That's it. That's all I know, and it's open to whatever other plans someone wants to give me, and then open to obviously financial. Be like, can I plan this around? Oh, okay, that seems cool. Schedule it in, and then obviously it's like you parent yourself. I constantly tell this to myself. I'm like, I'm my own parent now, so I like constantly have to like yeah, okay, you're taking it all smooth sailing, but you should be studying, and you should be going out there and shooting out your headshots and applying for them, being proactive instead of trying to stay at home and watch movies. So it's just like, it's a constant child's parent situation.
Yeah, within yourselves battling it out.
It's really battling it. I'm like, I want to be home, and like if I could split myself into and be like, you go out and work and I'll stay home. But it's one person that I have to deal with, and it's like, okay, be a parent. So I guess this is burped. This is what they would call adulting.
No, yeah.
Becoming an adult.
And I feel too, like, when it comes to, I think, just art in general, whether it's acting, painting, music, or just filming, I think it's because a lot of people tend to say, oh, that, well, at least back in the day when they'd be like, oh, that's not a career, why background this and that.
Yeah.
But I think now it's like with internet and everything, it can be, but I also feel that, at least it's like with me including, I'm starting to realize like it's really much a little brain fart. Oh, a lot of it has to do with the person themselves. Like, you really got to push yourself.
Yeah,
like, those auditions aren't going to come to you. That footage isn't going to come to you. That means like you really got to fall forward, I guess. Yeah.
I would like to think I'd like to be one of those actors that like gets lucky and just gets famous overnight, and it's just like, we love you. Yeah, we'll pay for everything. We'll get you right into SAG, and think it's so easy, and like it just came to you, just like, okay, cool. But it's constant every day. It's just like, yeah, this isn't coming to you, Shantelle. So if you want it, you kind of have to go for it at least every day, or at least every other day. And it's just like with what you're saying, is like what we've come to like now that people are like don't really see it as a career. I think maybe around our generation, maybe a little bit before, we're right in the cusp of following your dreams and not.
Yeah.
So before us, it was like, you can't follow your dreams. You have to go with what's, practical, get a job, work at a factory, get your money, support your family, whatever. But us millennials now are like having less kids, working so that we can have our houses. But then we also have millennials that are just like having no kids and just following their dreams.
Yeah.
So like it's we're at a moment right now in this time where this is the most amount of people that are following their dreams, no matter what the cost is at the end, which is pretty cool. But at the same time, I can't help to think the way that we're supposed to think and be like, shit, what if this doesn't work out?
Yeah.
And I don't have a job. Like, I get scared of that sometimes. I'm like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do if this doesn't work out? Like, I mean, yeah, I have a degree, but like, maybe I should, start looking at a couple jobs in it so that, I don't fall completely on my ass and stay there. But then I'm just like, it's not a big deal. I mean, things will work out if they supposed to work out. I'm still being proactive. I'm not like, oh, things will work out and I'm just sitting here. Things will work out the way it's supposed to work out. I believe that I'll be smart enough to roll with the punches enough to not be homeless. yeah. So hopefully it doesn't get to that point. But if it does, it's okay too. You'll come out hopefully up, sunny side up. But yeah, that's with our millennials now fighting to follow a dream. It just depends on each person.
Yeah.
How they're gonna get there.
And but yeah, it's cool that to at least it's cool to have you share your journey. Like obviously it's still in the beginning, but
what's funny is that like people get like I've gotten people on Instagram, they're like, you're inspiring, and I was just like, what? I'm like, it's like it kind of like it fills me up with joy, but at the same time I'm just like, I didn't even notice. Like, I'm doing this for me.
Yeah, I'm just doing me.
Yeah, I'm doing this because, like, I want to do something that's fun for me. And, like, yes, I'm taking a risk, but I didn't see it as that much of a risk. I saw it as, like, you know what? Like, it's the next step to do. It makes sense to me. And then I didn't notice that I have people coming to me, like, DMing me, and they're like, yo, you're inspirational. Like, you're inspiring. Like, you're making me want to move out. So I'm like, do it. So like, do it. Like, it's like, this awesome. Like, thank you. Like that means a lot to me. Like I didn't expect to ever be. I'm a leader, but I didn't think it would affect anybody yet. Like I was just like, yeah, sure. Like I strive to affect people when I'm, like I have a voice, a bigger voice. When I have a bigger voice, I definitely would strive to affect people in a better light and be their leader, and not be their leader, but be a leader to them, and do that. So that's like it feels great that even I get those one or two like a month, if anything, and they'll be like, you're really inspiring. I'm like, oh, that's so nice. Like I think that also helps with the inspiration. Continues this thing, because I'm just like, a lot of people can't do this because they probably don't see it very often. Not that I'm doing it for them, but I'm letting them know that you can. Like it's not hard, but it's hard.
Or like
it's not hard to choose, just make the leap. Just do it.
Or like there's some I was in some program, one of the sayings was, nothing is hard. No, it's not hard, it's just a lot of work. Yeah. So it's just the process.
It's really there was even a video that I saw that it was just like, or some woman, she's blonde, I don't remember her name, and she was just like, there's no such thing as motivation. And she was just saying there's absolutely no such thing as motivation. So when you think, oh, I'll do it when I'll find my motivation, it's not, just do it. Like literally, when you think about getting out of bed and you're like, oh, I'll get out when I find the energy. You're not ever gonna find the energy because your brain wants you to stay comfortable. So when it starts sending off signals like, oh, she might be doing something that she doesn't want to do. Wait, why? Don't stand up. Don't do that. Yeah. We don't want you to do anything you don't want to do. So it gets you into that comfortableness, and you're just like, so if you just do it without a second thought. You just be like, yo, just do it. Once you start doing it, you continue and you continue and you continue. So it's like, it's one of those things. And I constantly have to tell myself that because I get sucked into that. Like, I'll just do it when I feel like it. And then I'm just like, just do it. Just start doing it. You start doing it, and then one thing leads to the next, and then the next and the next, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. But then you get back into it. So it's just, it's a lot of work, but it's not hard. It's not hard.
Yeah, it's not. It's that's good. I mean, if you take out anything from this, just do it.
just do it. Just do it. Yeah,
Just do it. Well then, dang, you really just hit all my questions.
I know.
Well, to round it up,
Again.
we have a little segment here where it's Complain a Minute, where we just complain about anything you want.
Oh. So negative.
Yeah, it's
No, I don't want to complain.
some days we do, some weeks we don't, some weeks we do. But yeah, do you have anything you want to complain about?
It's so effing slow here. Oh, the Cali is just, God. I moved in. Everybody's on their own goddamn time. It's nobody wants to get anything done. It's like, and I get it. You know, I've caught myself not doing that. But if you're a professional, if you are a plumber, a Wi-Fi guy, a landlord, a property manager, you have a job. You have a job. You have technically one job to do that would require you to do the said things that are entail in that job. And then you're going to take it nonchalantly and be like, it'll get done. Like, what? Like, it baffles me. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, that is the one thing that I was just like, New York, that would not happen. Like, you're not doing your job, you get your ass chewed out.
Yeah.
Like, you be like, oh, you can't do your job? Next. Well, high turnover rate. Like, all right, bye. You don't want to do your job, you won't get money. Peace out. Like, over here is just like, oh, you won't get fired. Just like,
it's laid back.
Everybody's just chill. It's laid back, which I get. It laid back is cool when you I guess you need it. But as a professional, as your one job, as a plumber, as a Wi-Fi guy, I expect you to do your job. I expect you to come to my house on time, when said to be, and do your goddamn job like you're supposed to. Like it says plumber on your name tag and Wi-Fi guy and UPS guy. UPS guy came like you know when they tell you to come, they're going to come from 12 to 8.
Yeah.
You don't expect them to come at 8. You'd be like, you know, they're going to come. This guy comes at 8:02. 8:02. And then has the audacity to says, you weren't there. I waited the entire day for your ass. I waited 12 to 8. Stayed in my house purposely so I can receive that package. Oh, and I was like, all right, it's 8 o'clock. He's not coming. And you get there at 8:02. Yep. And then it's my fault.
Yep.
It's, oh my God. I guess that would be my complaint. That would definitely be my complaint.
Welcome to LA.
It's, oh my God. That takes a lot getting used to. And I don't think I want to get used to that. But I've heard a couple New Yorkers that haven't gotten used to it that live here. And they live here for like 8-10 years. And they're like, yeah, no, I still haven't gotten used to it. It's like, it pisses me off.
Oh, yeah, no. It's
like, well, I'll be in line and they'll just like, just take their, I'm like, yeah, it's just. It's a New York. Everything's a New York minute. Mm-hmm. It's which is great, I guess, hustle wise.
Just the rest of us have been conditioned.
It's like, conditioned beyond belief. But I guess
gonna come late.
It's the weather too. I guess it's just you're like. I think everything feels the same. Like with the weather, it's just like you feel like, oh, if I don't get it done today, I can get it done tomorrow. I have from 8 a.m. to 8 o'clock. Yeah. Like I have all day. It's nice all day. Nothing's stopping me from not doing so. But in New York, it's like, it might effing rain tomorrow. Yeah. I'm gonna need to get this errand done. Oh wait, the schedule's. Oh, there's gonna be traffic. Oh, the schedule's from only 9 to 5. I can only get this done, and I have to get this done. And you're trying to do 5 things at the same time, and then get home and rest before you do your 9 to 5. Like it's more time management that you have to be in New York. Over here, it's just like, as long as you get one thing done per day, you are doing just fine. And it's just like, I do 1 to 2 things done in a day, and I'm just like, is that enough? I constantly question. I'm like, did I even do anything today?
Yeah.
Oh, and people was like, what are you talking about? You did 2 things today. And I'm like,
2 things?
That's it? Like, I used to do 4 or 5. Like, that's what I considered productive in New York. I was like, I had a list, 4 or 5. Okay. 4 or 5 things. Cool. I got 4 out of my 5. All right. That was still
success. Yeah.
That was still a success. 2 things out of a whole entire day. Oh my God. It's like a waste of 24. But then you get to relax.
It's a blessing and a curse.
It really is. First time I came here, I was like, yo, this is like a fantasy out here. It's like, I was scared to move because I was just like, this is going to seem too much like a fantasy. And I'm not going to get anything done. Yeah, and I'm going to be scared that I'm going to get stuck in a rut. And I'm just like, But I've been living here for 2 months and I haven't gotten stuck in a rut yet. And it's still like, I still have that New York mentality. So that's that's great, and I don't think I'll ever leave.
Yeah, no, I think it's something that always.
Thankfully, I was born and raised there, so I have a lot of it buried deep.
Yeah,
and it's like it's formed me and molded me that there's no way in hell that LA for a year is gonna revert.
Yeah,
like oh yeah, no, now you're conformed. Like no, it's good. I have a cousin out here. She's lived here for 8 years and it still hasn't it's conformed a little bit, but she's still like a New Yorker. So it's good things. Good things are looking up. New York mentality and LA state of mind.
Yeah, I'm just a LA kid who just happened to go to New York a couple of times.
Yeah, no. It'll definitely. It's New York is for some people. I think a lot of LA people that are from LA and they go to New York, they get really overwhelmed, and they get excited, but it's too much for them because it's like this. So it's big, but it's also moving at you at the speed of light, and then you're just like, hold up, like maybe I could get used to this, but you guys are not even moving at my time. You guys are moving at a way faster rate, which can overwhelm a lot of people, and a lot of people, it's not for everybody. Where they'll be like, all right, I can catch on and just pick it up where it's like left me. A lot of people come back and they'll be like, yeah, New York was a doozy. And I'm over here like, come on, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. They'll be like, New York is just like, how are you enjoying it? I'm like, it's slow. It's slow.
Yeah.
I guess I enjoy day by day. Even the days are longer. I feel like I still wake up at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
Like how the hell am I not used to the time zone yet? It's been 2 months and a half, and I still wake up at 5 a.m. thinking like, that was a good night's rest. Like I didn't go to sleep at 12, and I'm like, I only slept like 5 hours. I'm like, Jesus, I felt like I slept like an 8-hour sleep, but it's because it feels like 8 o'clock, and you're at East Coast time.
It's that West Coast state of mind. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't. I just still don't get used to it. I get tired now at like 1 a.m. though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it would be like 3, 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
I get tired. I'd be like, fuck that shit. I'm tired. I'm a grandma. Let me stay home. But yeah, we said we were rounding it up. I can talk all day.
No, that's good. I think you've you've beaten the record for the longest episode we were gonna have.
Oh shit, really? Then
but that's good though. No, that's content.
Nobody's gonna
good
watch
content.
It. Gonna be like, oh my god, that's way too long.
No. Well, I guess to round it up again. No, I guess my only complaint is my laptop isn't working. There are times I want to split it in half.
That's so like at this very moment.
Yeah, it's just
like my laptop isn't working.
It's not working, but I'll fix it. It's okay. We're good.
Like that's the complaint. Nothing big.
It's been an okay week. It's
like
cool.
If that was my complaint, I'd be like, I painted my nail and that freaking it got ruined because that was my complaint. So
that's another one.
That's my complaint.
No, I guess because my laptop is like everything, so I edit.
Oh no,
that's
definitely.
Everything,
I would be really upset if my laptop. I really think you just need to get a hard drive, and just switch out all your shit. It's like it makes it faster.
Yeah, because I have an external one now, but that's just for my like work, like my projects. But yeah, I think it's just so overflown. I'm just gonna get another separate one just to stuff.
And I heard that Macs don't really last longer than like 5 years or some shit.
Yeah, I need to. I think I've had mine 2014, so we're going 4 years now.
Yeah.
So
I got mine the summer before senior year
of
Syracuse.
Okay, I was like in high school. Oh
no, the summer they had that was like the Retina display. It was like the new at that time. So I think it's still good. I mean, she's still working like better than ever. Sometimes she might be slow a little bit. Like I get this little wheel of death.
Yes, I've been getting that every other day now.
I'm like, but I just took out everything out of my laptop. There's a lot of like memory being withheld, but I think it's because of the applications. But I took out everything. I just put into the 4 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah, mine is only 1, so I need to get a.
I heard about 1 being $100 like years ago, and then 4 terabyte was 100, and I was just like, hell yeah! I was like, might as well just get it and just never have to worry about memory storage again. But then again, if I do make more videos, it's gonna fill up pretty quickly.
Definitely.
But no, I just took that out. I just gotta eventually because I work on iMovie.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be like too many tabs. I'll have like 10 tabs open.
Yeah.
I have my 4 acting websites and Netflix, freaking just Google. Like it's constantly tabs.
Yes, I know exactly what you mean. I guess this is a good spot to end it.
I never know how to end videos.
No, but
do you know how to end videos?
I just do it. I just go, hey, all right, that was good, everybody. But yeah, thank you for coming by. It's great to have you here finally. Great to see you again too after a long
like it's been 2.5 years. Yeah, 2.5
Yeah,
years.
it's been a long while.
It feels like nothing though. It feels like it was like last year.
No, yeah, it just clicks. You know, it is what it is.
Personality.
Do you have anything you want to plug in? YouTube channel, social media, stuff like that. Anything?
I feel so weird to do that because I'm not used
you
to
have
it.
you have the floor. You got
well, Instagram at Shantelle.cuevas. I'm sure you'll probably spell my name in the
I'll put
intro.
it in the description.
Yeah, Shantelle.cuevas, and then YouTube would be Shantelle Cuevas. My IMDb, Shantelle Lee Cuevas. You want to look at that? I don't have much credit yet.
It's our
I only
first-
have one credit so
First
far.
IMDb plug.
Yeah, right? Well, I just got it, so it was just like, and the more people go to it, like the more higher in the ranks you get, like it's more known, as any media would work. Google me, and I was Shantelle Cuevas, Shantelle Lee Cuevas on YouTube, and I have an Instagram, but a Twitter, but I'm barely on it. I wouldn't even want to plug that, but if it'll come up if you Google me.
Okay.
It makes no sense. On Tinder match. No, I'm kidding. Don't find me on that. Don't find me on that.
You know, a bunch of sudden matches. Like, oh, okay.
I was like, yeah, I saw you on the podcast, and I'm just like, no, let's not do that. Yeah, no, that's it. That's all the plug-in I got.
Well,
If you're a Dominican, Dominicans in Cali.
Oh yeah.
They have an Instagram, and if you're cool enough, you get to be in the WhatsApp group. But it's constant notifications, so I don't know if you really even want to be a part of that. But yeah, they constantly have events, and they definitely promote their culture. So if you're Dominican, half Dominican, quarter Dominican, you should follow it. Dominicans in Cali, and they're awesome.
Well, thank you very much. No, I think.
I feel so awkward in ending any of my videos. I'm starting to do videos, and I'm just like,
I'm working on it too. Like, that's why we do the little like B-roll stuff. But no, yeah, thank you for coming by. Once again, we're on Spotify, so check us out there. Hopefully soon we get on Apple Podcasts. We're waiting for that. Hopefully we get it. Fingers crossed. But if anything, you can follow me at Luis_East. Follow Couch Potatoes on Couch.
Do you edit where they can pop up?
No, but I probably should do that now.
Yeah,
We usually put it in the description. That's why. Yeah.
Imagination.
Yes, put it there.
It's right here.
What else? Anything? In that case, thank you again for coming by. Shout out to everybody who watches.
I came all the way from New York. No, I'm
kidding. Today. He took a flight and I'm flying back now. But shout out to everybody who subscribes, turn on notifications so you know every time we post. We got episodes coming out. We got more stuff coming forth within the next couple weeks. But yeah, shout out to Kira, shout out to Zendaya, shout out to everybody who watches. That being said, God bless.
Zendaya watches us?
I'll explain after. It's a little thing, but yeah, catch us on YouTube and Spotify and other stuff where you can hear us on podcasts. That being said, thank you guys for watching and see you guys next time.